What's going on, guys? Here is the second to last week of my off season. Um, Doing some Duffalo bar squats. Instead of kind of getting to a weight and doing a couple multiple sets of it, I decided this week to work up to a max set of 5, and then the following week will be a max set of 4, which you guys will see later. But today felt really good. I was really happy with the way things moved. Everything felt pretty light on my back. Always have a little bit of trouble finding balance with the Duffalo bar, so the fact that the weights are moving and everything's looking good is a good sign for things to come whenever I put the regular bar on my back and start squatting, getting ready for the meet. Kind of want to talk about warm-up selection and attempt selection and kind of give you an idea of how I do things. For me, typically, what I'll do is if I'm in the beginning of an off-season phase and I'm trying to accumulate volume, I'll probably hit the prescribed reps going all the way up to the prescribed weight. Meaning if I have like 4 sets of 8, I'll probably do 8 all the way up to the weight. As I get further into the off-season, as I'm transitioning into my strength phase, I'll treat it a lot like I would if I was doing like a meet. So I would probably say today I was doing I did a set of 5 for my top set. So leading up to that, I would do a couple warm-up sets of 5, then I would start doing doubles, then I would start doing singles until I got to my weight. And then if I felt like I needed more volume, I would do my back down sets after that. So I wouldn't accumulate volume leading up to my heaviest weight. I would just accumulate volume afterwards, which I did with my tempo squats. So that's just kind of the way I approach it when I'm going for a heavier weight. Is I don't really waste a lot of energy doing a bunch of reps leading up to my top set. I kind of save everything I have for that top set so I can get the most out of it. And then if I need to get more volume in, if I need to get more work in, I'll do a bunch of back down sets. And that's pretty much the same way I approach the meet as well. Is I'll do a couple higher rep, lower weight warm-up sets, and then I'll just start doing singles from there on out, just trying to conserve as much energy as possible because those days are pretty long, pretty brutal. So the least amount of attempts and reps I can do, usually the better I'll be on meet day. So if you're training and you're trying to accumulate volume and it's sub-maximal weights, pretty light, then you can get a lot of volume leading up to it. One, that kind of gets you in a better physical shape, and 2, that'll help you get all your volume in. So it's kind of allowing you to pre-fatigue the muscle before you actually get up to your working sets, which is pretty good for hypertrophy work, but not necessarily so much for strength and power output. So you don't want to do too much. You feel like you're getting to your top sets and you're kind of burnt out and fatigued, then you're probably doing way too many warm-up sets and warm-up reps. And that's, picking your weight too leading up to it is also important. Don't just put on quarter plate all the way up to it. Kind of have a rhyme and a reason. If I would have done that here with my bench of 425 or 435, sorry, then the issue would be that I would get up to 405 making 50, 40 pound jumps, and then have to make a 15, 20, 30 pound jump to that. It doesn't really seem, I like to make my jumps be as even as possible. So a better jump would have been maybe 385 to 410 to 435, single all the way up to it. And for me, that usually works out a lot better. I just finished up the day here with some overhead presses with dumbbells. As I got further along into the prep, I just decided to go with dumbbell work, less wear and tear on the shoulders, just easier to use, easier to set up, and it gives me more bang for my buck. So appreciate you guys watching. Take those attempt selection things into consideration for your next training cycle, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Take care.